and you have to follow up and answer and so on, you know. So bear with us in that sense. We're going to talk about this one that I was showing here. It's closed. Yes, this one. Those will be the more important part about the project and the unconditional love grid, the field that we are building. Talk about it in a bit. This is what you can call the energy of Mother Earth, the electromagnetic waves around the Earth, the energy and electromagnetic wave, both of them, they are very similar to each other. I'm going to talk about it in a bit. This is what we are creating, basically, bridges between vortices and people connected with sharing the energy of unconditional love between each other. Of course, with support of your higher connection, with the support of Mother Earth's heart. We'll talk about it a bit. And then we're going to talk about those a bit in details, how those energies through your heart open up and ripple of energy start working. So you visualize it and you can start, after a while, if you practice it with us, the heart resonance, you will feel the ripple. You feel the wave. And while we're doing the transmission, I will invite you to something called tune in and ride with the wave. So I will be humming a bit louder, generally. And all what you need to do is like ride the wave with me. This frequency will open up your heart and your consciousness, and you feel like wave and you are riding and going higher or deeper. And this is one of the most important picture of the heart resonance. That's how you can visualize sending heart resonance, love, frequency, waves from your heart to other person. And the moment you start inviting the other person without judgment, just loving the person unconditionally, the moment you start sharing, if the person a little bit tuned, he will respond back to you. Generally, all the consciousness that doesn't have too much limitation and fears and so on, like crystal, flowers, they respond very fast. Now the human, of course, they respond if they have been clear up some of their, heaviness and so on. But if you keep doing it even in your house, after a while, it builds up. I have a couple of pictures also to show you that in the house or even in your company, if you have done it for a while, without judgment, just inviting unconditional love. It's our true essence to feel it and respond it back, and it builds up. And the moment you have another person, so in the house, in the room here, for example, we're going to keep talking about this till tune all your stress and so on and open up your heart. You'll feel the resonance between everyone and with the crystal, essential oil, the flower, and then it builds up. That's how you increase, amplify the heart resonance, the love, the unconditional love frequency. And the more it builds up between us and this space, and you having your vortex holding this frequency and unconditional love, it becomes like this. You see? But it's required is more of educated people, I would say, or more opening people's heart, and you keep doing it for a while, for any separation, any conflict, any this heavy energy to be relaxed, so the love build up in the space. And then when you enter between people who's loving each other, you can feel it, just start smiling. So the example we give usually to when you see a child, the child always in state of unconditional love, or I would say maybe the small baby, I would say. The moment you look at it, you cannot be angry. You're just like, you smile, you want to hug, because he reminds you with his state of being that he's in unconditional love at that moment. He has no judgment toward you. He can make faces even. And you don't get upset, you just be happy. Where if an adult done that, you might judge it. So why are you doing faces? Why you're so smiling? The child, you don't do that because he is in state in unconditional love. He is in state of purity. He doesn't have any of those filter yet build up, anger and programming that we carry. So then if you have a couple of baby, you cannot help it. You have to smile. You have to smile and be happy, and you go and hug them. That's exactly what we are trying to remind you that you can carry this energy whenever you go. Now it's required a bit of training, because when you go outside and you're dealing with daily life, stress and so on. And every time, let me remember. Okay, love and light and spreading, while still carrying your tasks. I've done this in my company many times, and I have my client and I have my project manager. Every time we finish the meeting, she'll tell me, what magic you are doing? I'll tell her, I was in presence and I was loving you guys. I love you. With all this fighting, yeah, that's fine. I can still send you unconditional love. And after most of the meetings, we will turn to the most suitable, harmonious state. And that's what's required. They can still having their own opinion. As long as they are joining in harmonious state, that's win-win to everyone. And you can do that in your house, in your company, even with your toughest client. I used to have a governmental client, if you understand what does it mean. They are, and when they will ask for a meeting with the director, it's like, no one can talk to the director. The director, the one he said this, everyone has to follow. I said, don't worry, I'll convince him. No one convinced the director. I said, don't worry, let's go to the meeting. I'll go to the meeting, of course, I'll prepare myself ahead of time. I'll be doing meditation, loving myself, loving the person, sending all vibration, building this bubble, energy light, building that very strongly, and I will clean from my understanding, from my judgment about him. I'll clear my judgment about him that he cannot change. I will project and perceive that he is also in his essence unconditional love. I will keep focusing on that. And the moment he meet, he will be, of course, angry, this is what we want. I was like, it's okay, he's just reacting to make sure that his character taking place is not his essence. That's not, I don't buy into him taking that role, because it's a role. You have to see that those are a persona. Persona is a mask in Greek. Mask means we carry this role for the society, but our essence is always pure love, pure unconditional love, and pure light. Now, the moment I'm in that process, of course we are discussing, of course I will do some negotiation, convincing him, I'll do my part, yet carrying within me inside that he is in essence unconditional love, and we together building this resonance, we reach to harmonious state. That's the most important aim. And then he will finish the meeting, he was smiling and he's agreeing. And she will turn to me, the project manager, what you have done? I said, I loved him, he loved me, right? Yeah, everyone loves you, I don't know why. And so on, and you can do that. And we have many examples also. Some people from the community, some of their relatives, I'm not going to mention, but I'm going to share a little bit of their story. They thought that cannot be changed, that person cannot be changed, or that's it, this is the difficult state, and whatever you can put judgment because of, you have experienced it before, right? But then the moment we remind you, okay, that his character has been playing for a long time, that's correct, but his character, don't buy into it. There is always inside unconditional love essence, the soul, the essence is there. You need to rechange your perception about this and keep your unconditional love and vibrating and inviting that essence to come on the surface again. And then we've done a couple of sessions, couple of meditation, couple of inviting healing. So you don't force the healing, you invite the healing. And for the surprise of the person, they have the discussion and he agrees almost on everything. To extend, it went to another level. He agreed to have a session. The person will never think that is possible. And in the session, I remember in the voice note, don't be too much spirituality. He just like mind and relax, and he get used to those ideas. Not too much spiritual and love. This is too much for him. I said, don't worry, just relax your judgment about how you perceive. And of course, I started with very gentle introduction. I remember the first things he started saying, well, I don't believe in meditation. That's the first thing he will start. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, you don't need to believe in meditation. Let me take you through to reach an agreement together. I said, well, if you are sitting and you're contemplating and relaxing, that you can call it meditation. Are we agreeing on this? Yeah, that's our agreeing on. And he start going through the whole session. I'm not going to tell you what's happening in the session. At the end, I was doing following, calling his higher self. He felt it, he enjoyed it. I didn't go too much details, but I've done exactly all the session just in a very gentle way of approaching, recognizing that in his essence he knows the same. I'm not giving him something new. This is his essence. You have to go with that essence also. So that's the point of the unconditional love project. We are this essence. When you remind yourself and start acting on it, step by step, you start seeing that reflection coming back to you. Nice story. I like to sometimes share those many times when we're preparing. So your mind and all your judgment about okay, what we're going to do, the mind will always try to protect. That's fine, that's normal. The more I share the story, you bath into it. You start riding the wave with me into, okay, let open up for unconditional, let build up the wave. I'm going to start trusting the people around me. I don't know them, but now that we're talking about this, everyone start opening up his heart. And we are in that essence, like a pure people, pure babies, sharing the love without judgment. Who would drop the judgment? This is all the essence of unconditional love. Unconditional. Just pure love has no conditioning. So no matter what the person is doing, how much you think is bad, you drop that judgment. That's a statement, that's an opinion about what's happening. That's a character. On its essence, you still can send, and you have to send unconditional love, a pure love, the love of creation itself that carry no judgment. Did you see it? That doesn't mean you have to go and hug him. It's not equal. It's not a feeling. It's not like feeling. It's a pure state. It's a pure essence. Our true essence, as spark of light, let's call it soul essence, is a vibration or carrier of unconditional love in our essence. The moment you allow that and send unconditional love without judgment, without conditioning, waves, you start seeing the reflections taking place back to you.
But when someone is aggressive to you, because in the company sometimes you are in a situation where there are conflicts.
Correct.
So a person is aggressive with you, how do you react? I mean, it's difficult to give love when the person is aggressive with you.
Well, that's exactly my example I give at the beginning.
So it means you have to meditate before?
Correct. So that's what I said.
So you have to anticipate that the person will be aggressive?
Not anticipate, I would say, because then you are projecting that they will do that also, right? When I go to the meeting, generally those director, I am the contractor. So that means they're going to be against me because they want their stuff. They want me to do work harder, basically, and do things that I did not agree on the contract. That's what they want to do, right? Generally. I will go and state that this is not what's going to happen. I'll go and state that this might happen, that everyone thinks that's what will happen. I don't agree on that. I agree that he's a human being. Me and him, he wants to achieve his result. That's what he wants, right? So if we find a mutual agreement where I give him all what he need to achieve the result without his perception what he need to make me do, because at the end he need to achieve the result, right? So I'll go to that state, and of course I will meditate before to hold that frequency in me so it doesn't shake. So I will meditate. I meditate every day, of course. Even 15 minutes, I give this meditation. If you want to connect with me on WhatsApp, I give this 15-minute meditation of heart resonance and ascension. It's the same till now, I still use it. Sometimes we do 2 hours, sometimes, but 15 minutes still works. And you build this with you sending harmony and heart resonance and love unconditionally, and you are with the Mother Earth and the higher realms. There is a certain step, we're going to through them today. And then when I go there, the energy is holding me. So when he's shouting, of course, he will do his part. I'm not buying that his true essence. I'm buying that is a character playing outside right now till my energy reach him and his unconditional love to awaken and he start agreeing with me. I will go into that. He will be same aggressive. I'm still sending me, I love you, don't worry, it's okay. Yeah, I understand, it's tough, yes. I don't buy into it. I will stay inside like this. I said like, but what you want, I start focusing on the result. What you want this, right? We're going to do this. But I need you to do this. Well, you don't need that, you need the result, right? I'll start always a little bit diplomatically, lovingly guiding him to reach an harmonious state. I always reach harmonious state. In that client, if you know our story, so Zaid was not part of the company, he was working with our company in one aspect. Those client was governmental and we have an application and they wanted to win award. Pressure, we needed in 2 months award, the best app in the world. We won the first award, we won the second award, the third one, of course the first one they were saying that no way you can wear the award. So don't worry, you agree with us, let's do this, we're going to win the award. We won the first, second one. The third one said there is no way we can win the third one. Said let's agree, let's find this harmony, we'll win the third one. We won the third one, they said there is no way to win the fourth one. I said let's agree, let's find the harmonious state, and we won 4 awards. Literally, I'm not joking. And they give us bonus. But you have to go into that state. You need to meditate and prepare yourself. So outside you still do your part, but what you're carrying within, are your unconditional love. First you have to ignite it in yourself. To practice, you stop judging yourself first. If you notice, they are doing a mirror to you. Whatever you are judging them, you might carry within you. Like they cannot change. That's you. That's why they are not changing. You see? And the more you start going through this, so Unconditional Love Project is basically remind us with that state and practice it and build it up. And another thing is, if you drop a little bit in a frequency, you know that you have a backup through your crystal with us, so someone will help you to keep your frequency high. Very similar to the idea of the trees. The trees in their root, they support each other. If one of the trees is tired or sick, the other trees, they will send the root and give nutrition till it's carry on. This is community, come in unity, right? That's the whole point of the Unconditional Love Project. Is first, when we started, we needed a pillar of light who was strong enough to build the field, so they don't shake. Second, we start building the grit, and now we open up to other people. And now in the training, we'll have more 30 people are dedicated, and we're going to next level, which is healing. I'll use it for healing. We already tried it, and the result is amazing. One of the example is very powerful example. That's why I want to share this one. But we have many other them. We have a session with one of our community, and she had a friend who's been in coma for 3 weeks. And she was saying, I would like to help her. I said, let's provide unconditional love light to the person. I don't know if we can do that, if we can heal her in that sense. So the process we went into, ignite the love and connect with that person consciousness, invite that the love is here, the unconditional love, and then we add a little bit more into, once you have this energy, you have connection to the higher realms. And we said to the soul, we keep sharing love to you, and you are supported unconditionally. If you choose to stay, we can call for a healing team from the higher realm to work with you, and we provide always this unconditional love to you, because that person in that state is very difficult to be in harmonious state, right? He's in coma, she doesn't know what's happening, God knows where is the consciousness. So we're providing this, and hopefully, and I ask the person to continue doing that, hopefully the higher realms with the healing team and the soul receiving the love, they can start doing something. In 3 days, she sent me a voice note, the person from our community. Guess what? She woke up from the coma. I was like, what? That was very fast. Now, we don't know if really we've done it, but we know that providing that love changed the state of being that person where the healing started taking place. That's definitely what's happened. So, and we have many other examples. I'm just giving you an example to see that how this community and this project can take further and further. And manifestation, we've started with a small group, with the first wave people who started the Unconditional Love Project. And we do very certain way of putting I am declaration, I am light stating, and then manifestation statement for the benefit of you and others. It's a longer process. And then we repeat it together every day, almost like 15 minutes, to meditate, heart resonance, and imagine the community together. We start already ticking manifestation list. We finished the first one. Rahaf finished the first one, she got a bonus.
She told him.
Yeah, she just told me. She put that in the manifestation list. I'm getting my bonus. Done. Next. This is the power of community. Not only as a community, when the community in their essence are pure and connected, and this true essence unconditional love showering and beaming through us, and the field that we are creating, that's another aspect. about the crystal, they hold this energy for a long time, comparing to us as a human, we sometimes fluctuate in the emotion, get stressed, today I'm talking about love, where the crystal's like, I hold it for you, don't worry. That's why we use crystal. And there is another spiritual technology called vortex and so on. That's more details in the training. Essential oil and sacred object, all these are carrying the energy further where we are fluctuating. They carry it, they stay with it. Cool so far?
Good, yeah.
Sometimes good small pauses for the mind to grasp and breathe. The remembering. Breathe. The knowing. Breathing the love that can open up the possibilities. Possibilities, connections. Recognizing the people in the room right now is getting ready to be a beacon of light and love, and allowing that to happen from our own judgment also. So we drop our own judgment about the people in the room. Something we call unity consciousness, when you allow a higher consciousness to recognize that every consciousness is another reflection of you. And we are all part of the total grand consciousness, the source, God. Then you recognize there is no separation, and what you carry and what you are emitting as frequency, then the universe and the reality reflect that to you, that including the people around you right now, what you carry about them. So this is what I carry about you right now. You are a pillar of light, allowing that version within you to come up. So every one of you is already advanced soul, who just in the process of remembering your true essence, and in that invitation allow the whole space to become one unity, community. So allow this to sink in your heart, in your consciousness. And if you're a bit sensitive, you can feel your heart opening, you can feel the space. If you are a bit more visionary, you can see how if more people join, more consciousness, more expansion of unconditional love, how the reality will shift, how the life will be supported, aligned. We call it crystalline, become crystal. We call it Christ aligned. Christ is unity consciousness, the highest consciousness available to us. Unity consciousness, Christ aligned, and see everything's aligning. You're not changing, you're not judging, you're just aligning, restructuring, harmonious. You're inviting the frequency to align together with the essence of pure unconditional love that carries no condition, just pure love of divine, the love of creation itself, from the source to all the creation and all the consciousness in the creation, every heart, all the fabric of the reality itself, every core of every atoms can carry the unconditional love. You can see the interdimensional connection beyond time and space. When you start remembering your true essence, you are multidimensional consciousness. You are a channel of unconditional love. Your consciousness made of spark of lights from the divine, the grand consciousness, the source. and you remember your true essence beyond this character, this vessels. Beyond that, in your true essence, you are the spark of light, the channel, divine presence, channel of unconditional love, unlimited in the pure love, unlimited in the resource, in the manifestation. And let's inhale it together. One more time, share it in the room. One more time, inhale it together. And share it in the room and see all our frequency realigning, crystallining. Allow all your frequency, all your beingness to crystalline. Christ unity, consciousness align. Christ align to the highest frequency of unconditional love, light, divine presence. Allow it, allow it. Allow your higher gate open up to the higher realms and all the divine, to the source. And all the way through all your vessels, your energy, your heart, deep, deep, and now grounding to the, open up your root to the Mother Earth's heart, and ground together as one heart together, one circle of light to the Mother Earth's heart. And receive the Mother Earth's heart love back to your heart and expand again as one circle of light. And inhale it, anchor it deep and deep one more time. Inhale the love and the light, and exhale, anchor it deep, deep, and come back fully to your physical body. It's just preparation, just to get tuned into it so we can prepare the room. One more time, inhale and ground yourself in your physical body. Move your fingers. Bookmark that state. We're going to continue with this a couple of times, don't worry. Just first intro for the room to be more harmonious together. And we welcome in Malak. Send her all the love in the center. Alright. Nice intro. So last time we were saying we're going to, in the 4 hour attunements, 4 hours, that means it's like a bit of commitment, not too much. Intensive we do 8 hours. So this is a gentle one, yet it's commitment, and we generally say like your consciousness, your physical body will going to be baked with the energy. Last time one of our friend, one of the participants, he said marinated instead of baked. It's like nice. So we're going to be marinated with energy as much as possible. So this is just intro, just prepare your vessels, get used to it. We're going to do physical exercise, breathing. We'll talk about this energy, heart resonance one more time. Right now, I'm going to invite one of the community to share their perspective about the Unconditional Love Community Project. I would like from the community to share how they feel, how do you describe it to someone new, something else than what we share, something maybe different perspective. I would like to speak. Rahuf.
So yeah, for me, it's like I have received the call because I've been with Josh for long years, and I have disconnected for a few years as well. And as soon as I came, he had just started, this project, and I immediately felt like, yes, definitely I am into that. And the reason why I like it is because, through that project, what we are doing is we are connecting with the crystals, we are charging ourselves on the crystals and the energy, the space itself, with that unconditional love frequency, and keeping it and then connecting to each other, which is allowing that energy to be accessible for others who are within that bubble that we are creating. And it's amazing, like that people have started feeling it. And I have people who are coming to my place, or I go to some other people's place with my crystals sometimes, and I do meditations, and it's amazing because people definitely start sensing it, are encouraged as well to experience it. Aisha is one of them. So I know lots of people from my side, at least, that they have been very interested, they are sensing it, and they want to be part of the community as well and to learn and so on. So it's an amazing project, I really love it.
Thank you, Rahuf.
Thank you.
And she already started to have a result in her life. Comparing, as she mentioned, her friend, she can feel the change in the room, in the space, and also her manifestation, many levels of manifestation.
Oh, yes.
I cannot stop. From emotional relationship manifestation to health to prosperity, the bonus, all this.
Yeah, I think, I would like to add that into
Please,
it,
yes.
that, like, first of all, believing in it, trusting and being committed, and, declaring your readiness are all keys. So when you are, when you are clear about what you want and what it is as well, and you are in allowance state, and you declare your readiness, and you are really committed to the practice and to being and embodying those states and frequencies, then magic happens. Then you really reflect it in your realities, and then the manifestation becomes literally immediate, not almost,
Very,
like
very
immediate.
fast. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Couple of days, right? We started. We
I
took the
had,
first one.
Yeah, I had cases where I do meditation, I write what I want, and I finish writing, it happens.
Wow, that's very
like
fast.
this. Yeah, I had, again, when I joined the courses and when I went to the Turkey trip, for example, I didn't have the money, and I didn't want to wait until I manifested. I just had the trust that somehow it will come. I was hesitant about the Turkey, but at the end of the day, the minute I told Mathilde that I'm coming, I discovered I already had money I didn't realize I had. And here it was, it's just when you want, you know what you want, and you are committed to it, that I'm gonna do it, and somehow it will work. It does work. It's just literally immediate.
Beautiful. This also to do with our own also judgment and perception. Is a very important part I want to mention about how we think reality can react to us. If we always say that in separation and this is difficult to manifest, that's what we're going to actually attract. That's what we're telling to the universe. And the moment you start going into the unconditional love, the state of unconditional remind you, do not put condition, do not put too much judgment, relax that, and allow the pure love of creation to give you back. And in her state, I remember when she told me about the money, she found out in one of her account or credit card, I don't remember, that there is extra credit in it.
Mm-hmm.
She was not aware of, and it immediately paid for whatever she wanted to do that. So if you think how the universe will reflect that money to you, you might not come up with a solution or a scenario. Relax that. Imagine a very simple scenario that there is a way that will be so sustainable and so harmonious, and because you are so pure and you know that this is important for your growth and for also the collective, basically, you'll get supported. Just pure state. I will get supported. I don't need to know exactly the details. I will know I'll get supported. and I know this commitment is the highest best for me. You have to be honest with also what you're looking for. If you're saying, for example, I want 100,000, for example, dollar, but you don't know why you need it, just like because I want it, well, there is no honesty and there is no
Clarity.
you might manifest it, but not in the highest best if you would use some mind technique. But then it will come with, some of the story online that it comes with some another bad side of it. But if you are in honest and in pure state, and you said, I don't want to project the only scenario. I know the universe will support me because my pure essence, my frequency is knowing this is the highest best for me, and it brings more love and more energy to me and also for the community. Like there is always two sides of win and support. Then the universe immediately will support that. That's super. It just makes sense that the universe will support someone supporting the energy of the universe itself, right? So in that state, this is what happened to her, and you will not even imagine how could you forget about certain credit in certain account, like it just happened,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely amazing to see, to be sucked in this energy. It's something I now recommend to everyone. Like, really try it. Once you try it and
Yes.
touch it, oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah.
Yes, you can connect, or if you want to go further, as we mentioned, to join the training, or join a couple of times of the Monday, Wednesday meditation where you do unconditional love healing. The 4-hour attunement, I don't know when we repeat it again, but every 2 Wednesday we do the healing of unconditional love, so you can tune and connect. Once you are very familiar with the energy and you feel okay, I'm ready for the next step to be pillar of light and have the energy in my house, and of course you need to dedicate a couple of times to meditation and so on. Then you join us in the 3 weeks online training. In the 3 weeks online training, we train to have this I am declaration, to have regular practice, having the crystal grid in the house, connecting with the field, and all the question and answer, how to do it better, and so on.
I think one more thing I would like to add is I had doubts that we are doing it online, and how are we, because here when I come and we are all sitting together, you feel the energy and you feel the energy of everybody else in the room. But by doing it online, I was doubting like how would that work, but it worked amazing. When we start our exercise and each of us is sitting next to their grid in their home, I literally could feel and see everybody else, and I could feel the connection between us. And now when I even meditate, even when we are not doing it necessarily at the same time, I'm still connected to each one of them and to the grid of each one of them, and with the manifestation as well.
Correct.
I empower my own manifestations as well as theirs, and I definitely feel it and I see it even working, reflecting
Super.
back in the reality.
Yeah,
Thank you, Rahul.
Your sharing is very important and very to the point, as you are being part of it, and you have a beautiful way to share it as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. But what I wanted to share with you as well, guys, is this energy has been accumulating, has been building up, has been worked with, has been experienced, has been confirmed, has been agreed upon, the different consciousness working with this field. Meaning that it's not only George, Mathilde, and the 25 pillars of light who help incubating. It's much beyond that you can understand. The support is enormous in it. And we didn't start it actually 2 months ago, but way before that, it's just evolving to a field that is now strong enough that it can be shared. It can be shared with with humans, with people who understand the importance of it. And there are somehow a couple of degrees of feeling involved in it. As Georgie mentioned, Wednesday you can come, you are in the energy, it's for you, you have your own time, your me time, you are dissolving what is not aligned, you are dissolving your struggles, you are dissolving your blockages, and if it's what you want, this is perfect and this is fine, you are receiving. But it comes a time when you want to give as well. Mm-hmm. And in order to give, you're going to build up your field, yourself, your channel, your energy, and your physical field. Yeah? So this is where come the support, where the energy is anchored in your house, and you can be an active pillars, an active channel, an active human to create the change. So imagine that so far there are like more than 25 grid connected to the vortex of the house here, meaning to the energy that is feeding and fueling the support field. So imagine the mobile network. You all have a mobile. Imagine we are all talking to one another in harmony. We are all talking to one another. We are all always in contact through this crystal grid, but the energy is always in contact with us through that same crystal grid. So you are part of that massive network, and it keeps on expanding. If you are in the desert, because there is no coverage there, you cannot have your phone on. This is basically where we are when we are a bit ignorant and we start awakening ourselves. Oh, we are more than the body. Oh, we are connected. Oh, we are connected to the nature. Oh, we have a vibration, a magnetic field that is our magnet of manifestation, our magnet for creation, for growth, for self-realization. Also, we are a magnet. An electromagnetic field, so connecting to the earth and connecting to the divine, obviously, because we are made of that source light of creation. We are an experience of the divine, walking on earth, creating, so we come back to our essence and in harmony with one another. So when you're in the desert or in a remote place and you don't have network, then you are basically on your own and there is no support there. But when you start reconnecting, you start having coverage, you have a support, you have a community, you have family, you have energy that supports your opportunity, that supports your creative mind and creation field. I want to create a business, I want to create this, I want to be part of that, and these are coming together towards you because you are thinking it, because you are connected, because this is what you want, and this is what is making you a better person, and it's serving your growth and bringing your highest aspect in you. And therefore, when you are able to do that, you can bring the highest aspect in people too. This is the third commitment or connection or engagement to that energy, is you initiating others. So the field is exponential. It doesn't stop to this house, it doesn't stop to you, it's exponential. So beyond that, where is the picture? Is this. Yeah? So we are creating this global impact and change and feel to everyone who can and wants to receive from it. And it won't be even necessary to be conscious. It will only vibrate. And you know that vibration is penetrating the physical matter, because matter is vibration. So when that field is vibrating to the highest frequencies, it has an entrainment. It entrains what is not in alignment. This is like sound.
Harmonize
So
the
if you
things
have
to it.
studied sound, if you have studied sound with me or sound with someone else, you know that there is the entrainment effect. The highest frequencies in a space that you can hear tangibly with your ear, we entrain what is not in alignment, whether it is physical, emotional, mental, whether it's in the room itself. So that field will entrain what is not aligned on lands and countries, in cities, in peoples, because it's going to vibrate at the deep core level of the cells. So what we have at the deep core level of our cells, beyond the atom, we have quartz, and quartz is a string of vibrations. We keep on resonating that field back and forth, exchanging, receiving and giving, and growing exponentially. So that is the vision behind what's happening. This message is not coming from our mouths of, yes, let's do that. It's the guidance that is supporting that field, that is empowering each and one of you, and us included, to grow in that direction. If we know that harmony and peace is possible on earth, if we know that we are able to create harmony and peace in our life, so maybe more this way, if you know and trust that you can create harmony and peace in your life, it's because you also trust and know that it's possible on a global scale.
We'll give an example about this global scale in a bit. Till we still marinating you guys. You're getting marinated? Bit sleepy or still? So I'll tell you more other stories so to wake you up a bit. First I need to finish with the online. The
Yes,
live.
of course, please.
It's enough. Love you guys, and you can join us. I hope that Mathilde
The
you added
link
the
is
link.
on
The
the
link is
text.
available if you want to watch the whole session, the whole 4 hour union. Bring some crystal, essential oil, and join us online. And we'll continue right now with, later on will be more physical practice, breathing and energy, and then the attunement with transmission of the unconditional love. Love you guys, and see you in another times.